that. We'll call Councilor Lafayette Go. Is one president you are almost representing the government at some of these cases. That's why we're getting from our sources that the government of Liberia, the government won the case against former President Taylor, right?
What can I do? What can I say? Hey, what can I say? If I say yes, I'm afraid of the boss. If I say no, I will get it. Oh, what a problem. What a story. What can I do? What can I say? If I say yes, if I say no. Oh, what a problem. Oh, now, oh, now, oh. 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 But women can be evil in spite of their angelic beauty.
When a woman is evil, she can be dangerous.
My boss's wife called
Memphis Shine, I didn't know.
She will go. I'm chasing her.
This one is called the sentimental Dauda. What do you do when the wife of your boss falls in love with you? She resign the job like, oh man. My friend and my professional colleague Samuka Keita, Smart Evans, Benji County Director of Program, is celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Samu. I wish I was with you in the Zulu Whiskey to celebrate, man.
She will get revenge. Oh, what can I do? Oh, what can I do? What can I say? Hey, what can I say?
Okay, so I'll bring down the music. We'll go to side. Senator Sir Joseph will just take 2 minutes of his time to run to Nima County, where we are understanding a flood situation is currently happening in Ganta City. Franklin Dolokwe will give us detail quickly. Franklin, good morning.
Good morning. That you rightly said, and around almost back in here, where last night due to the heavy downpour of rain, Lucky Pharmacy, including go within gas station, have been affected due to the heavy downpour of rain. So they around this area, the rain and the water has crossed the road for cattle past the main street of Ganta is very difficult.
When you say that they are affected, what, the buildings are in the water or what?
Yes. Actually, last night up to first and this morning, there have been a heavy downpour of rain last night. So, from there they have this creek around called Blanco.
So the Blanco, right down there when you're going to PSC.
Yes, okay. So based on that, this building are hosting the Lucky family. The Lucky Pharmacy have also been affected in the process.
Okay, Franklin, thank you for giving us detail already. You know what I can be thinking? The dry season, why we can't face the places then? Because the thing is, every year, the same thing get repeated. So dry season, how come we can't come together, even in a different community, to say, the rain season they play can always be spoiled. Yeah, let's fix it. Sometimes I wonder. But anyway, Senator Sir Joseph is here, Mansourado County Senator, the man whose seat is up for grabs. Every time you talk to him, the message running away. I'm not going anywhere. They'll come meet me. He chairs the Senate Committee on Executive, so he's a ranking member. If in the Senate, maybe we'll say he's a deputy pro tem, but they don't have it like that there. Senator Joseph, good morning. Thanks for always coming, man.
Thank you, Clarence. It's a pleasure being here, and I'm happy to share breakfast for you this morning. Good morning to the people of Liberia, and most especially to the people of Mansourado County.
These church can be nice on you. My first time seeing a left coastal being too much.
I love it. I have tons of them. I can give you some.
No, you feel me? Wow,
How you say that?
Sir Joseph gave me share a soup that post was
Don't spoil on me now. We'll try on you.
Yeah. No, you know, Senator Joseph, you know, the other time I was joking, one of my interviews with you, I was joking about the football thing. But I went to the Senate, the cafeteria where they can drink, they had tea. And I just forget it. Somebody there was telling me the story how you play good football. I was see the message. He calls someone a football needs it when you go. I know what kind of community need you. Where that team, man.
I play good football.
Yeah,
even during my refugee days in Sierra Leone, I was playing there. In fact, the school in Sierra Leone is very strong. Okay. So I was playing for my school at the same time on contract for other schools.
Oh yeah, impossible.
Yeah.
Before the war, people used to do it.
Yeah.
School then can come borrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then the community league we used to go play, and they don't have money to give us. So they would tell us if we beat this game, they give us 1 bag of cassava.
Really?
If we draw, half bag. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If we lose, forget it. Nothing. We just come home. So when we're on the field, we don't joke.
Like cassava joke.
I sometimes would tell my friend, like one of my friends where we're immigration and they ask Kokodoro. I would tell him, he said, my man, that defender, don't joke with that defense. To know how to cook. You try anything, you don't eat anything.
Wow. Yeah. I want a football on attention.
When you play, you looking at where you carry home.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean
also the whole team that get 1 bag of cassava.
1 bag of cassava for
Jesus.
the team.
Yeah.
No, but no, we were like 4 or 5 players.
Oh,
they borrowed
okay.
from the camp.
Oh, okay, you all came from the camp.
Yeah,
okay, 1 bag.
One guy.
No, I will laugh. Yeah, plenty things happen, man. You see that one wall and go.
Yeah. No, it's not good.
Look at cassava football. Do you still go back to some of those communities?
Of course. You know, in Sierra Leone, I built 30 schools.
Okay.
I built 30 schools. You know, when the war was in Sierra Leone, when the war hit the refugee camp, I went to Guinea. And then there was tension in Guinea and what have you. So I found myself in Senegal, Dakar. So Dakar, the first week was very difficult, going to bed on the street, nothing. And then helping to haul water. That's why we even tell some of our Liberians in Dakar that Sir Joseph is a senator today. They found it difficult to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the wonder of God. I couldn't afford no relative, you know. So I make myself instrumental by going into the community, helping to haul water, and then at least when you cook, you remember me. I was doing that, and then I became a houseboy at the refugee center for one of the Liberians called Tony Bidel. I was there as one of the houseboy, helping washing clothes and everything. And then the people that support this center from Canada and America came down. And then the way they saw me working, they asked, they said, who this guy? They asked, he said, oh, that's one of our boy here helping us to work. So when they were about to return to the US, they asked that I go clean their house. So I went and took care of the house, cleaned the house, everything. And then they asked me, what can they do for me? And then I told them, look, it's not about me. There are a lot of Liberians struggling in Guinea and in Sierra Leone. So it would be good, the same program you people have in Senegal, you can open it for them in that country. And then they said,
you did that?
Yeah.
At that level?
Yeah. And then they asked me, can you go there to represent us there? I said, yes. Clarence, they gave me $1,000 that same day to go and get ready and go. I don't even have bag, no traveling bag. I only have my plastic bag. I went to the Liberian embassy, got my laissez-passer. I went to the center. I told the director, and within 1 week time, I found myself in Senegal. They gave me camera, they gave me laptop, they showed me how to go on Facebook, how to send messages, and what have you. That's what they taught me everything. Yeah. And then when I got in Sierra Leone, I went to the refugee camp. My friends were happy to see me back because the old refugee camp in Waterloo, they have moved to Djoe refugee camp. So I went there and took photos and everything, sent it to them. They sent $50,000.
You're joking.
Yeah.
Just like that.
$50,000. And I was so excited. And one of my friends said, sir, opportunity comes at once. You can use the money, you go to Europe, you run away and what have you. And then I said to him, what becomes of other Liberians that these people are helping? How much confidence would they have in them again? I said, no. We went to town, bought food. I mean, I hired trucks. I bought food and everything, my man. It was a Christmas day in the refugee camp.
Yeah.
I did a fresh distribution and everything. And in 2 weeks' time, the people came, were all informing me.
That how these kind of people can do.
Yeah, they came. And then when they got there, I received a call early in the morning.
You had telephone at that time?
Yeah, they gave me phone and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, they remember I got laptop, I'll not be having telephone.
Interesting story. Go ahead.
And then they called me and then I said, yeah. So they said, oh, somebody want to talk to you to so hotel, so you need to come. When I went there, I saw them there. Oh, I was so excited.
Yeah.
But then I have enough of food stored in the warehouse.
And all the food you're distribution, you're doing pictures.
Everything food. I mean, I have open feeding program. For the children.
If you didn't buy rest or do anything, you just eating that Monday or just going to
That was the end, man. That was the end. And Clarence, do you know that most of those things are happening here?
Oh yeah.
And I heard of a church that came from the US. They have sent more than 200,000 to build school and church. They gave them the photos. They said you can come for the opening. The people came at the opening at the airport. The person that they were to meet is nowhere around.
Okay, so when the people came, fast forward, you told them the food, they saw everything.
Yeah, they saw everything, open an account, and then I told them, look, let's not just do feeding program. In this camp, let's take care of all of the refugees. So I went to get in my refugee camp in Bo, and went to Jerome refugee camp.
You big boy now, you get car now.
No, motorbike.
All I am talking, you washing clothes, you.
Hey, mommy, where you go washing
clothes? Level not change.
Yeah. So yeah, and I was driving like from Freetown. I used to drive from Freetown all the way to Kalahun. Okay. Kalahun is like 17 miles to Foya. Yeah, that's the kind of distances I was covering. And then they came back and said, look, I think you need to get a car. So they rented a house for me, where when they come, they also stay about 20 rooms, a whole compound.
Wow.
Yeah, everything is in there, and they took my salary up to $10,000
per what?
Per month.
That's why you're making?
Yeah.
US. In our refugee camp?
Yeah, man.
Then what the guy who say Monchide with the man?
No, but they might get job to know all my friends. But you know what? All those that was behind me, the other guy have an orphanage home today in Sierra Leone. So when I was returning back home finally, after we built the schools, we built churches and everything, built a college. When I was returning, I told them that I want to go back home. He said, you sure? He said, yeah. I said, so I introduced the Sierra Leoneans, showed them what they need to do, put them in charge and introduce them. And guess what? The program is still going on today. They still support the teachers. Wow. They're still doing feeding program. They come to Sierra Leone almost 3-4 times a week. And the organization have expanded. Now, what role am I playing now? So I help them to raise funds. When I'm in the US, they invite me. And then to go and speak to the programs.
They use you
American Law Success Story.
Yeah.
Taking Saf from the refugee camp. Look at what he accomplished successfully. Without any doubt. Today, the people elected him as representative of District 13. And then after that, he got elected as Senator of Montserrat County. So because of that success story, the people still support me today. Yeah. That's why you see me receiving tons of
So that the same people.
That the same people are still connected with. Like as I speak now, they are organizing.
We will come to that one.
Yeah.
We'll come to that one. So that the same people you in touch with
are still working with.
All the bosses and things, your partners that then.
Oh yeah. I said,
So he
well,
started
yeah.
knowing them from. So you see, so your humility paid off for you.
Yeah.
From watching all the dishes and the clothes, they were like, oh, who is it, man? I mean, there's something about him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when I was working with the women in the kitchen in Senegal, I chose that job because Senegal food business was hard.
You like cook.
In the kitchen, you're working there. When the woman and dishes, they cross.
You the fire.
What are you talking about?
You the fire.
Before you go look, clear the cross,
Yeah.
wash the pots and everything. I make it important that the woman and the 1 second they always women be around.
Yeah.
Early in the morning, I have to wake up, clean out the kitchen, everything, go into the market. You understand? Bring the food, put water, everything. Everything was settled, man. Everything, yeah. I'm excited that sometimes when I go to the States, then I begin to show the old videos.
Oh, you can see them.
Oh yeah. I have some of them on my phone.
Do you sometimes go back to Sierra Leone and in some of the places? How do the people welcome you?
Oh no, Sierra Leone. I mean, so the school I was attending later in Jue, where the refugee camp was. Jue is where most of the police, where they have the police station, the police barracks.
Police barracks.
So most of those children that we went to school together today, some of them are big people in the police. Yeah, like the guy who was the trainer of the police there. He was our goalkeeper.
Okay.
In Sierra Leone, yeah. So they are all. I'm very close to them. Clarence, when I arrived at the border, until I enter in Freetown, everything is settled. The other time we arrived after we took president during the county tour of Lofa.
Mm-hmm.
While coming back, I said, you know what? I want to pass through Sierra Leone. And they told me, oh, the border will be closed. I was leaving in Foya by 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then they said by 5 o'clock they can close the border. I said, don't worry, let's go. Look, when we arrived at the border, I called my name. They called the regional commander. They said, Sir Joseph to the border. They said, open the border for him. Now, brother, there you come. The people still see that effort that I made. And today, those schools are in Sierra Leone, big schools. Sometimes those people that are put in charge, they call me, oh, can we do anything for you? I said, no, it's not about me. Make sure run the school and get clearance. All of the schools that was built, I purchased the land. And the land, my name on those deeds, and I turned everything over to them. Others will want to still be in charge. They still want to go claim property. You understand? And I said, no. I think you guys should be in charge.
I see what drew you to contributing to Ebola fight in Sierra Leone.
So,
that connect.
Yeah, that connection there. So I've gone to California. I spoke at the church, and then I asked that I needed 1 ambulance. Because normally after my speaking, they can ask, what can we do? So normally before I go, I have to plan myself.
Yeah, plan yourself.
What am I going for? What am I hoping to achieve?
What's your target?
Yeah, what's my target and what have you? And then, so I said, well, I'm looking for an ambulance. So every state that I go, I have a project for them. Yeah. So I said, what I want you guys to do is I'm looking for an ambulance. Unfortunately for me, the head of the ambulance program in Chico State, California, visited that church that same day. And they had 12 ambulances, and they were thinking, what can they do with it?
Wow.
And then he stood up and said, okay, I can give you 12 instead of 1. That's how it came about.
Jesus.
Yeah. So when I came back, we started responding, and then Ebola hit, and I was like, what is Ebola? Unfortunately for me, one of the doctors were in country here when Ebola has stuck in Foya. So I asked him, I said, Dad, what do you mean by Ebola? He said, well, let me go and check. We were able to talk to Samaritan Pass. He flew from here. He asked me to go. I said, no, because I'm afraid of Ryan plane, and most especially those small planes. I said, I'm not going. So I took other people that went along in Foya. He saw the situation and while he came by, he said, this is going to be deadly, it's a disease. And he conducted workshop for us immediately, for the crew.
Okay.
So we knew exactly what to do. That was the advantage that we had.
Now, Senator Joseph, I'm sorry. I'm not sure we'll do too much politics today. Trust me, I am moved. Okay. Sometimes it's good to talk these things, right? Mm-hmm. Now, when you got that training, for example, you know, how come you were so brave like that to get in the streets and start taking bodies in the whole Ebola fight? Didn't you think about your life? Didn't you think that you could get killed at any point in time, that anybody could test you? Did you think about anything like that?
Well, Clarence, the first thing is I was afraid. The first 2 weeks I was indoor, and then the team was responding. And then what I did was to get a Motorola. Yeah, so I was using the Motorola communicating with the team. But look, at one point it's very difficult, most especially when it was announced that so thousand persons going to die, and we needed. There are some stories we cannot give because we needed to. The first thing we did was look. You know what? Let's clean the city. I was taking the decision. I knew I'm not a doctor, but based on the little training, and then I was always in consultation with them and what have you. So we use Redemption Hospital. That's why the I said, look, we need more mattresses. She gave me first 50. In 2 days time, I came back again for more mattresses. Yeah. But our intention was to get the people outside from the communities because the virus spread very fast when you are in the community, touching relative, and what have you. So we were doing that, getting people who die, making sure that we get them out. I'll give you some of the video
Now,
clips.
let's talk about the point you decided to come out. The people say to you, "No, representative, you can't do this. Go back. We'll take care of the thing." I mean, your
So
life is
my crew members, when we go on the field, when I want to go and work, and then it was, oh no, go back, go back, go back. You know what I'm saying? But I want at some point in time there was nothing to do, and that time we had this another person joined me on the field, May Yure. They organized the youth foundation. Yeah, she was. Oh, we have a photo. We went to places, and where I got shocked and I broke in tears. I knew that it was not easy. It was in District 17 or around VOA area there. This family, everybody had died, and only the little boy left, who is about 3 years old. And this little boy sitting down right outside for how many weeks? People just go there and chunk food to him. Know what he's gonna do. And when we arrived there, we were late already. Family member had died, so we could help the only the little boy who could help, get food for him, take him from there. And I walked to him, I sat down with him, and we talked. He told me, say, man, sleeping and what have you. He tried to wake them all, they're not waking up and what have you. And I knew exactly what he meant. But I needed to, control myself. And look, I broke in tears. I said, this is gonna be this gonna be serious. And then another time was our redemption. While we were taking the bodies out, 50 coming out, within 3 hours, another 70 gone. I said, no, this is serious. Yeah. One Sunday, Clarendon, Banana Junction, you have more than 50 or 20 cases at one where the community just block the ballots, will put ballots.
they make it with gate.
Yes.
They made the bodies with gate.
Oh yes. Car can pass, everybody calling at one, everybody concerned and what have you. And I was like, wow, there's not going to
Where
be.
is that child?
Well, I visited 1 or 2 times. He's okay with the family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're telling what to
Yeah,
say.
yeah, he's okay with family. And then there's this old man also going to Tori. Some of those families that died in the places, she opened an orphanage home. So I've been trying my best on my own, helping with the orphanage when going to Todi.
Did
But
you?
fortunately for me,
Mhm.
our organization have taken over the orphanage to support them.
They take it what the orphanage.
Yeah, to support them with food. They just came there a few days. This guy came. He's a millionaire in the States, and he said he wanted to experience sleeping with orphans in the home. He came. They went there for 2 days. He slept there.
He slept with the orphans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they built another place for them. He went. The men were crying, shopping for the children in the supermarket. Yeah. And yeah, I mean,
Did you reach a stage where you want to give up? You are a
Yes.
human being for God's
yeah.
sake.
When I got sick, I was overwhelmed. Could you imagine more than a month no sleeping, 24 hours? And then I took a place. I never wanted to go home to be with my family, so I'd gone to a hotel. I took a room. When we worked all day, sick. Now of the virus, because I was overwhelmed. Man, I sat down, listening to radio, the different radio station, listening to the calls on the radio. I was like, I coming to give up. And trust me, I thought I was going to die too because I was really sick. I couldn't walk.
Really?
Yeah. But Clara, the calls that were coming in, the people got to notice that they can't see me. You understand? They could only see the ambulance, then they keep asking, the community people keep asking, what's that? What's that? They couldn't see me. So the news started hitting harder. So what I did, in the morning, at least I would take some pills just to give them hope.
Yeah.
I would just get in the ambulance and they'll make few trips and then they can see me around. Then I go back, on my sick bed and being. But Clement, I was just lying down. No doctor treated me though. I prayed that day. I said, Lord, even if I would die, but please help me. Let's conquer this situation. And I took lime that day. I drank it with like tea and what have you. I went out. In 2 days time, man, it was never like before. We started moving, doing everything we were supposed to do. But when we got it under control, there's no way we could solve the problem in Liberia and Sierra Leone still have Ebola, and then Guinea still have it. Now, the success story is that we have contained the situation. Now new cases coming up. The cases that were coming up were just one. And then WHO have announced that few weeks were Ebola free. Another time, one case came out. You understand? We felt that it could be under control. So I wrote the Sierra Leone government and tell them that my crew will come over to help. I mean, the ambassador here by them, they all were excited. They announced it to the president there. And the president, I knew him when I was working there. They had honored me in Sierra Leone. The president himself honored me there. So he took me to his hometown and everything. I built a school.
You mean Ernest Bakroma?
Yeah. He took me to his hometown in McKinney. His mother was a teacher. So I built a school in McKinney in his honor. So they took me for that opening. Then the Sierra Leone government also honored me. So when I went there, when they agreed when we arrived, and then to meet the minister, and then they asked, where can we send you people? And then I told them, where is the most difficult area that you people are facing? But then the most difficult area was Cambia or Airport, Lunge Airport area, all those places going to McKinney. That was the toughest area there. I mean, people just dying. But there were some mistakes that they were making. When the ambulance crew go for a patient, they will spray you before they put you in the ambulance. When you get in the ambulance, before you reach there, you're already dead because of the chlorine. So when we went there, we tried to share our experience with them, how we operate there and what have you. So we divided Sierra Leone and Liberia, on different ambulance. We started working. Then I told them, okay, let's bring juices. Yeah, so juice, they gave us some juice. We put in the ambulance, we go in the community. Before we pick you up, we give you juice to drink. So the Sierra Leone said they want the Liberian crew more than the
Sierra
Sierra Leone
Leone
crew.
crew.
So we used to go in the village and encourage them in the bushes to come out. Yeah. So the fear was when we go there, we'll not survive because that's the belief they have. And fast forward, we also what helped us was the Selenium. On that same time, Honorable Ure, Bernard Ure, he was traveling to Sierra Leone. And then I said, can you please bring some selenium to us? So they gave us one whole bag of selenium because they were using that here, the organization called U Foundation. So I received some of the selenium, we distributed it more everybody. So all of the co-workers there, the Liberia get the Ebola medicine, we just had it to few president, you understand?
Yeah.
But the selenium was just there to boost your immune system. That's why it was there for. And we successfully, within 2 weeks period, we contained that situation where the more difficult cases were. Then we said, okay, you know what, let's clean up towards Guinea. We went all the way to the Guinea border. We entered towards Famalab. And then we got it under control McKinney. And then I left the crew and then I came back.
For how long were you there personally?
Personally, I was there for 1 month.
Do you speak any of the dialects in Sierra Leone?
Well, I speak Creole because in Sierra Leone, when you go to school, the Creole is a language. Compulsory, you have to do Creole or Mende or Timini in school.
So you do good Creole?
Not very well,
Yeah,
but
but at least
I can understand.
At least I will understand. People like me can understand.
During the game here on Sunday,
Mhm.
I went to watch the game and some of my friends saw me
From Sierra Leone.
from Sierra Leone. The other guy recognized me. He said, "Hey," I said, "I was just sitting looking at me like this." He said, "My man, our own brother here, the men were all living in the same community in Kenema and what have you." Yeah, but it was good to help the people also, not just because of the role that I play in Sierra Leone by building schools, but look, immediately we arrived, BBC announced
That the Liberian crew.
that the Liberian crew have entered Sierra Leone. So every morning, BBC used to call me on Netherlands Africa to give them updates and what have you. So immediately we arrived, BBC called me and then they asked me, you were in Liberia and you people got the situation under control. Now what are you doing in Sierra Leone? And this is the answer I gave. And I don't know how that came about. I said, this time we are in Sierra Leone with ambulances, not arm and ammunition. That played a lot on the Sierra Leone people. This was the first time in history for Liberia to send a helping hand to a neighboring country, humanitarian aid. And when the ambulances were here, and my photo was on it, but when we were going to Sierra Leone, when Madame Sade asked me to remove my photo for the ambulances, I agreed. I removed my photo and placed the Liberian flag. Look, the day we was entering Freetown, because it was announced 2 days before.
They announced it on their radio there.
And from Bo to Freetown, people were on the road waving to us, welcoming us, because they have seen on CNN and everything from what we were doing. The people were shouting, Ebola coming finished, the Liberian crew is here. Our visit there created a relationship between Liberia and Sierra Leone. Not me. I never showed myself there to say that, and guess what? When I was going, nobody gave me a single cent, even when I was here. Jada, when even those ambulances were shipped, do you know that the government of Liberia forced me to pay taxes to pay to free those ambulances?
Are you serious?
Of course. Look, I walked in the office of former Minister Amara Conan. I literally cried, shed tears in your office. I said, I beg you. Because I have already gone to GD Bank and borrowed money, loan money to ship the ambulances. I said, I don't have money to clear them. I'm begging you, let it go. I promise you, those ambulances will not be used. His contention was those ambulances were being used as transportation. You understand? I said no. But later on, I went back to the bank manager who passed. Uh, he agreed. He provided the money in my account out of that loan. The total loan I took more than 300,000 through that Ebola crisis. When I entered in Sierra Leone, I entered in Sierra Leone with 30,000 in my pocket to start with fuel
Mhm.
and everything. But Clarence, after some time, the United Nations said, okay, we'll take care of the workers. So they took over our crew members. They start to give them stipend, and then they lodged them and every other thing. But our visit there changed the story between Liberia and Sierra Leone, most especially
So
when
you
I,
pay money for those ambulances.
of course, I did.
Did you say to Amara Corner then that these ambulances you were bringing them to use to contain the Ebola?
But then Ebola have not hit Liberia.
Oh, okay.
When the ambulances came after 1 month and a half before Ebola hit,
Okay.
yeah, the first four that came, yeah. And guess what? After some time, then the president asked me if I could sell the ambulances to the government. I said, no, I can't do it. I cannot sell the ambulances because in the United States, donated materials cannot be sold. It's a crime.
Are you thinking about writing a life? I don't know how to put it, but writing, a life history of yourself. I mean, from whence it started in refugee camp, from Sierra Leone to
It's a
Senegal,
documentary.
back to. I'm talking not really documentary. I'm talking about writing something that people could read tomorrow. Your grandchildren could read to say, this is what our grandfather did, not just for Liberia, but for Sierra Leone. He contributed. That 50 years from now, some of us will be gone. All of us may be gone.
I think that's necessary.
People will come out and say there was a man here called Sir Joseph. There was an outbreak of a disease here called Ebola. This is what he did. Listen, 75 years, 50 years, 60 years from now, the Liberian people at that time they can reference that between Liberia and Sierra Leone to say, this is the reason why Sierra Leone must help Liberia, or we must continue to help each other, because in this year, history has recorded that there was a Sir Joseph, and this is what happened.
And if you listen to the answer, this time we are in Sierra Leone with ambulances, not
arms and ammunition.
The perception in Sierra Leone was that everything about Liberian was war.
They're just wicked.
You understand? That was the perception. They brought war, they overthrew, they killed. You understand? That story needed to be changed.
Yeah.
That record needed to be played on. You understand? And I'm happy by the grace of God that I was in the middle by the grace of God to change that story. And look, the Sierra Leoneans cannot forget. Forever, they can never forget that help that was given to them. That flag that was flown in the community, in the villages, in the towns. They can never forget. Every day they reference it. You meet any Sierra Leoneans, they tell you the reference it. Say, oh, Liberia help us. They the one went there. And guess what? They have been, or no, since that help that we went to Sierra Leone that time. The last time when there's another disaster that took place, Ministry of Health sent crew there and what have you. Look, Sierra Leone and Liberia today have a new page. Whatever happened in the past, we all forget about whatever happened, and then we're moving forward. And I'm happy that we're able to make that history, to move forward. And Sierra Leoneans living here, they feel comfortable. I mean, they are okay. Where in some of the centers that they built for them, those that were here as refugees, yeah, they are okay. They feel at home because we have that relationship. No one is running behind them for documents. No one is asking them for identification card. If you have the means, you can. In fact, they have integrated into the Liberian society. So that was successful as well.
Well, Senator Sir Joseph, today I thought we will go strictly humanitarian, which is a good thing. Sometimes people need to tell these stories, so people can know exactly what people's contribution, have been, and I'm serious, and I'm telling you, you need to write something down. You need to do something. It's good for people to read some of these things.
Few
Did you-
presidents have been talking to me in the US, the same white people.
Mhm.
Yeah, they have been behind me talking
Yeah.
about book and what have you. And they are clash. And it's like the example that they continue to set, that to say, look, you should be like sir, a trustworthy person. You understand?
Mhm.
That's the relationship that I've been able to create between these people and I. That look, a Liberian can be trusted, or African can be trusted. There have been a lot of stories out there where people take people thing and run away. You understand? And one time I went to speak in Seattle, and one pastor had experienced where Africans stole from them. And during the question and answer, the pastor brought that question and said, "How can I trust you when this have happened to me before?"
Yeah.
You understand? So I think I want to say this to all Liberians out there and all of us Africans out there. What is important is not just about the present situation you are in, but always look at what the future may bring. Clarence, if I want to run away with those people 50,000 today, I can't be a senator. I could never serve even in politics. I want to be in hiding forever, Clarence. I want to feel that whenever I go to the United States, or the people will see me one day. But Clarence, today today in my in call texting me messages. Okay, we have Clarence as we speak, there are 15 states that have been confirmed for my visit within 1 month period what they are organizing.
15 states.
15 states I'm going to be visiting when I enter, because of what that relationship that we have had in the past.
Mhm.
And look, when my friend called me, my other friend called me the last time, and Clara, you know what this brought to me? A success story. The last time when I purchased those buses,
Mhm.
and then I went to the shipping company and said, look, I don't have the money now. The guy is from Ivory Coast. I said, look, but I want you to trust me. Ship those buses. When I return back to Liberia, gradually I will find a way to talk to the bank to give me money to pay you people. The man said you're joking. But listen, Clarence, this guy went and checked on me. He Googled me. When this guy checked on me, Clarence, today, Clarence, he's my best friend. The last time, you know what he did? The second set of buses I brought after the first 10, he went and took his own money, 80,000, and shipped those buses. He said, sir, pay me later. I then pay him little by little. The balance money that remains now is 9,000. That's what those kind of thing does. When honesty, that's why it does.
When you retire from politics, what do you want to do?
Um, I would want to think about organizing a non-profit that will continue to serve humanity uh, in Africa. That's what I would love to do. Yeah, I would love to do that. Clarence, every day I see new things. The mozzarella here have opened my eyes on
And
that.
when do you when do you hope to retire from politics?
Well, uh, the thing about it is that the people are the one that can make that decision.
At the end of the day, it's still a personal decision.
I agree.
You can decide probably, you know, to retire from politics anytime and say, I think I need to rest. I need to focus on humanitarian work.
The question you asked me, the same question you asked me in the US.
Okay.
They want me to go back to work. They want me to go do this. They say, you see, you should come and accomplish this so much. Because most of the people that serve now, some of them are older. But I find it very difficult to agree what they want me to do. I can't stay in the US.
You think you will leave, you will retire from politics anytime soon?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I what I always know is that I know what today is. I don't know what the
Do you
future is.
enjoy being a politician?
I love it. And how do you people think politicians are something else? How do you transform? I'm thinking to be a very good politician, you must be a good humanitarian. Then first of all, you have passion for the people that you're working for. That is what is important. That you when you work with people that you have feelings for, Clarence, everything that belongs to you, you understand, you will share with them. But if you don't have those kind of person in power, you understand, it's a difficult thing. Somebody that have passion for the people, to do look, it's unbelievable to do what I'm doing now because Clarence, everything that I'm earning doesn't belongs to me. It belongs to the people. If you have a tour with me, you see some of the work that we're doing. A normal politician would not do those things. You must have another spirit, that humanity spirit, to do it.
Are you worrying about your re-election?
Clarence, as I said to you always, what you call about re-election? There is nothing about re-election, Clarence. I was serving as representative. I won my election as representative first term. I won second term. President Weah won as president. He asked me to replace him to earn his tenure. What you should be discussing, Clarence, is how Sir Joseph served the 6 years very well, of which he earning of President Weah. I want you to do your evaluation from that level.
Like the voters will do it to you.
No.
They will evaluate you on October 10th.
Yeah, no, not just that. You should be asking that question too. You understand? If we ask those hard questions, it help us. You understand? Have I been able to serve well in earning President Weah tenure of his 9 years?
What drew you into politics?
Uh, when I got back to Liberia, started schools, one of the challenges I saw in my community when I was coming back, Clarence, I came back with my bag and slippers. I left everything back home. Even the motorbike that was given me, even the car later on, I turned everything over and I got in a taxi from Kenema, got to Bow, Waterside, and I came to New Georgia Estate. That's the community I grew up from. Uh, and one of the challenges in the community was too many kids sitting home not going to school. So, Clarence, what I did, while I was in Liberia, the people said, okay, we'll give you 50% of your salary. I said, no problem. So I decided to start a school. And I said, okay, what can I do to encourage children to run to come to school? So I said, okay, I rented a building, get chairs, blackboard, recruited teachers. Then the first day I bought bread and sardine and kueh. You come to class, you got your one load of bread with your sardine and everything. Clarence, even one week don't have more than 500. So other children start taking all the school uniform coming to school too. Yeah, that was interesting. And then I took some photos also showing to the people what I decided to do there and what have you. They said, oh, that's good. And the same way, when the visitors said, they said, sir, can we come? I said, yeah. So they came by the border. I received them at the border. I brought them. And when they saw the school, they were excited. Clarence, one of the lady in this organization I work with, when she went back home, her name is Janice. Clarence, the lady sold her house to support the school.
You're joking?
Yes. She sold her house and said they should use the money for humanity, and 50% of that money was to support the school, pay teachers, do feeding program. We started cooking rep. It came to a point, so even call 5 bags already there, 50 kg bags. These things touch me. I learn from it. Every day I learn from these people. That lady and her husband, you understand? They moved to the children's house and they sold their own house to support the school, to pay teachers, do feeding program. It's not a lesson for me to learn.
They're still alive today.
They are still alive. That's why we named the school in her honor, Janice Elementary and Junior High School. The school is named in her honor in New Jersey.
Okay, let me take a few calls here. We got like 7 minutes to go. Squeezing few calls. We're talking to Joseph. Today we're talking humanity. Yes, today we decided to divert from politics a little bit. Probably the next time I call him, we'll talk politics. But today we are talking humanity here. He talked about his contribution during Ebola. He goes to Sierra Leone. Good morning. These people here. Hello, yeah. Hello. Listen, one of these lines is a WhatsApp line. You call when I put you through. Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Hello. Then he continued his hard work doing what he's doing in Banjo, our Banjo community market. We want to be grateful to him.
Okay, we want to be grateful to him for Banjo market. Let's hear it. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Clarence.
Good morning.
And listen, good morning to Honorable Sir Joseph. My name is Patrick, Honorable. I mean, he's beyond the point. He cares for everybody. And when President Weah was speaking, we were worried as to who would really replace him and do what we needed most rather. But I think Sir Joseph has gone beyond our expectation.
Okay, gone beyond our expectation. Let me take this foreign call. Hello.
Yeah, morning, Clarence. I'm Richie Yossi. I called from Australia this morning. Clarence, I'm so excited this morning to be able to speak to the Honorable Minister this morning. I've been one of the great admirers of Honorable Sir Joseph Iri when I'm Honorable Sir Joseph. I hope you are taking the direction of our President Weah. They always leave from one position to bring it in position. President Weah all think that you should either be a vice or or you be the state of bureau for the next election. Thank you. You are a great man and continue to do well. God will continue to bless you. Thank you for having me, Clarence.
Okay, thank you. I'm saying happy. Hello.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Honorable. My name is Eric Niwe, and I'm from Banana.
Yeah.
I'm a young entrepreneur, agri-entrepreneur, and we want to start a big farm, and we want for Honorable Joseph to be a chef to us so that we can be able to empower a lot of young people and other things. We want to start, but we don't have the financial means to be able to start.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Clarence.
Yeah, you are live.
Yeah, this is Bache calling from Indianapolis, India. Honorable Sir Joseph, good morning from my end. How you?
He's hearing you. Good morning.
For all the good things. Please, when you visit the United States, please get in contact with me so that you can be able to visit our state. We'll get some discussion with you. Please, Mr. Clarence can share my number with you if you want.
Okay, Chief. I can do that if you so desires. I'll share the number with you. Let's take the final call right here. Hello.
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning.
To Honorable Sahadi Joseph, our welcome honorable senator. My name is Moses, and I'm speaking from District 16. Senator Joseph, let me say thank you for everything you continue to do for this country. It is because because of someone like you today, this president is succeeding. You continue to work in the interest of this president, and you continue to make sure that President Biya succeeds.
Thank you, Chief. Senator, let's hear you. Let's get your parting comments.
Well, I want to say thank you, Clarence. Thank you for.
Today I
was shocking.
took you by surprise.
Yeah, it took me
You
by
know what?
surprise.
I didn't tell you what we're gonna do. I took you by surprise.
Clarence, man, you broke me down today, man.
Yeah, you thought we're going to talk regular politics. Oh, what the Senate is that? Man, I was surprised today.
But anyway, I'm happy, and Clarence, that spirit of humanity, by the grace of God, continue to exercise that responsibility, even in the Liberian politics. And it have trickled down to the community. Look, Clarence, this weekend, I took doctors to Plymouth, and doctors nurses on our program called Mozzarella Medical Team. Clarence, I saw sick people that said they have never visited a clinic before. I saw people. We give them medication. Clarence, if you see what we're doing is beyond politics. Brother, you may not have heard of Clash Island. You know Clash Island, right?
I've been there.
Clash Island, the bridge that have been broken for more than 10 years. Clarence, as we speak, we are doing that bridge. We are constructing that bridge. We're going to do it. No matter, we know how difficult it is. I don't care who the former presidents came from Clash Island. I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at the people that have been struggling, the farm to market road. The danger of us not facing Clash Island to sell the goods and things. If we face the bridge, nobody needs to go because that river is deepening every day from the same man. So we need to face that bridge so that we will not experience any disaster.
Senator Sir Joseph, thank you so much.
So I want to say thank you to the people of Mozzarella. I can say, feel free, please call me back anytime you want
The
to.
message is running the feature.
When that time comes, we'll talk about it.
Well, we'll be back here tomorrow with the Wednesday, June 21st edition, man. Thanks to all of you. My name is Clarence. Bye-bye.